Hello and welcome to this brief introductory video for our course Education 741, Improvement in Reading. My name is Kristen Dombrowski and I will be your course facilitator. That's me in the middle with my husband and our two girls. My big girl will be entering second grade in the fall, and my little girl, she looks so sweet, but she is such a stinker. She will be entering preschool 4K in the fall. This is my 16th year in education. Most of those years, over a decade, was working in middle school as an English language arts and social studies teacher. I've also worked as a reading specialist, working with students all ages from 5K through 12. For the past 6 years, I have been at the School District of South Milwaukee as an instructional coach, and I believe this is my 4th year at UW-Stevens Point as an adjunct faculty. My dissertation area of research was around adolescent reading comprehension and looking at the unique ways that students use reading strategies to help them navigate nonlinear digital texts. And I'm also really interested in dyslexia education. I'm a trained dyslexia educator, and I'm pretty fascinated actually by linguistics and orthographic mapping. I think that's such a critical component that should be embedded into all universal learning. For this course, there will be no required purchases. Everything will be available digitally for you to consume on our digital library at Stevens Point. However, if you're like me and you like to purchase books because you like to hold them and fold pages and highlight things, then please feel free to do so. The two main texts we'll be using will be Munger's Steps to Success and also Birkins and Yates' Shifting the Balance. We'll also look at a publication from the National Institute for Literacy on Phonemic Awareness and an excerpt from Willingham's The Reading Mind, among other articles that will be shared. I do hope you take the time to thoroughly look over our syllabus and the course description and learning outcomes, the rubrics, the assignment schedule, and due dates. The main point of our course is, of course, looking at what high quality, engaging, and meaningful literacy instruction is according to current research and best practice. And of course, our definition of literacy is not just reading, it is reading, writing, speaking, listening, viewing, and visual representation. So throughout this course, you'll be asked to make connections to your own teaching practice and the planning and facilitating of literacy instruction and assessment. Let's take a deeper look at the required assignments for this course. First and foremost is a writer's notebook. This course will be subdivided into 5 modules. Each module will be approximately 3 weeks, some are shorter. Each of the modules will require you to make an entry into a writer's notebook, and personally, I like to use a Google document for this, but however you like to do that is fine. Not all of these will be looked at. Only, I think 2 or 3 will be submitted for a grade. You will be asked to consider these 4 prompts when making a writer's notebook entry. Something I already knew that was reinforced through this week's resources, showing how you're a growing expert. Something new you learned this week that made you feel excited or curious, showcasing how you're a lifelong learner. Something you encountered this week that connects to a current or former student, showcasing how you can connect research to practice. And something you encountered this week that you want to share with your colleagues, showcasing how you are part of a professional learning community. Next, probably you are familiar with this if you've had any other coursework with Stevens Point, but you will of course be engaging in online collaborative discussions. For the 5 modules, there will be 5 discussion posts. You will be asked to do an original post based on a series of prompts, and the original post will be about 300 to 500 words, and you will include APA references where appropriate, showing how you've synthesized the resources from the module. Then you're asked to come back at a later date and post 2 responses to your peers to help further discussion and engage in collaborative learning. Since there's 2 due dates there, the original post and the 2 responses, and I can only put 1 due date in Canvas, I put the sooner of the 2 to help us keep more on track. But please do keep posting your responses even though it'll technically show it's past the due date. You will also be asked to write 2 professional growth goals for yourself. Based on the learning you do in this course, you might immediately start thinking of things you want to change about or add to your teaching practice. Since this is the time of the year when you typically are engaging in educator effectiveness and writing SLOs, we thought why not have you just submit some of those for coursework as well. So you will be writing 2 literacy-based goals for your teaching practice that are SMART goals. More to come on that later. And to help frame your thinking around those 2 professional growth goals, we're also going to ask you to locate a peer-reviewed research article that connects to your professional growth plan. You will do an article summary and critique with implications and hopefully connect that to the goal that you've written. Last, at the end of the course, you will be asked to construct a philosophy of literacy statement where, in your own words, utilizing the resources and research you've completed through this course, you will get to show off what you really believe is effective, engaging literacy instruction. That's a big task to do at the end of the course, so we've created a graphic organizer to help you track your learning and thinking as you go throughout the course. So after each module, you'll be asked to contribute 1 or 2 sections to your graphic organizer so that you're in a better space to construct your philosophy statement at the end of the course. So that's it in a nutshell. I know many of you who have just engaged in back to school PD, and you're probably starting with students, if not last week, then perhaps next week, like my daughters. And I sure hope you look more like the excited mom in this picture and less like these poor disgruntled children whose summer has just ended. I wish you a very wonderful start to your school year, and I really look forward to getting to know you. Have a great week.